Hello, everybody. Welcome to Creative Leadership for Children and Young Adults. Creative Leadership is a program for children and young adults who want to gain clarity, confidence, and vision for their lives. We want to help them get a hold of tools and techniques to be effective in coping with unknown situations in life and gain a clarity about their own life and become socially smart and exhibit leadership. All right, so today we have with us, in fact, this is our first episode here for the Creative Leadership for Children and Young Adults, right? So we have with us Jeanine Lange, who is a mindset coach for leaders, CEOs, and business owners. And she has an experience of 25 years working with children, helping them discover who they are, discover their purpose in life. All right. So without any holding back, here is Jeanine. Hello, Jeanine.
Hello, everybody.
So it's really nice to have you here with us. So Jeanine has got 25 years of working experience with children, helping them discover the purpose in life. So that's like very rich in experience. So just before we dive into the questions that we will be asking here, which is really going to help out parents who really want success for their children, right? All parents want. So let's get to know the person behind the name. Who is Jeanine? Tell us a little bit about yourself and some things that's going on currently.
Okay, I'm Jeanine. I'm from South Africa. I'm living in Limpopo. It's close to the Botswana border. We are currently managing a hunting farm. So I'm in the farming industry, and I'm also running the lodge. So I'm basically the hostess, so I always make sure everything is in order for clients. So that's just in a nutshell what I'm doing currently, but a little bit about myself and my background. I always loved children. My passion is children, and they make me happy. I've got confidence around children, and I've always saw a need in children, like how can I help you to become the best version of yourself? How can I help you to see the potential that is hidden within you so that you can become a unique person, not trying to be a copycat of somebody else, but to be you and to live out what you love to do and just evolve from that. And so it was always my heart's desire to become a kindergarten teacher, and I followed through on that dream, and I lived it out in my 25 years of experience. And I could see the potential in a child, and then I started working with it, building confidence, asking questions, and make it fun. And my whole thing is believe in yourself. See the potential that is in others. Don't try to be somebody else that you cannot be, because it's impossible. You are made in a specific way to be the unique self. And that is basically what I was doing in children's lives. And I could see the change. I could see how the face just lit up when you discover that special quality or
Wow.
ability in a child. And then I worked on that. So and the feedback that I still get after all these years from parents, or even some of the kids I've been working with, they're all grown up, they're married, they have their own children, and the values that I've instilled in their lives, they still stand on that and they still follow through on it.
Amazing. Wow. That is really, really beautiful. So to be able to tap into their potential and you want them to really understand that about them, right? Very good. So tell us a little about what the audience can expect today in this interaction. Like, I understand that's your heart's passion, but then what can audience, from their point of view, what can they expect from this interaction?
I think the most important thing, especially for a parent, you need to be positive. Don't break down, build up. Always find something. It doesn't matter how big or small it is, but find a way how you can build up a child. Even if you have just to give a good comment on their hairstyle or the color of their eyes or the picture that they've drawn, but don't break down. Find there is something positive that you can find, because as a parent, a father instills confidence in a child. So because you remember, you're the role model. So the child will look up to their parents. So the father instills confidence in the child. So the more confident the father is, the more confident the child will also become. And then the mother instills the love and the security in a child, and how to nurture. So the softness comes from the mother, and in the leadership side normally comes from the father role. But it's a combination. You can either it can be from any of the two parents. And even if you're a single parent, it doesn't matter. Then your role basically just doubles up, because then you have to fill in both sides. But a child will look up to a parent as the role model. So whatever you do, the child copycats that, and that is at the end, that is part of their development and what they become in their adult life. But what you can expect today, I will help you to see how to discover the potential in the child, how to look for different things, and don't try to force your ideas onto the child, because your dream might not become a reality as yet.
Yeah.
Because the thing is, why I say as yet, because you're never too old to dream big, to start over, and to follow your own passions. So allow the child to discover their own passion, their creativity, their potential, and then build on that, because each one of us are an individual being. What you cannot try to be somebody else. It will work for a while, and then you will discover, no, it's hard work, and you cannot be that perfect other person. The key is believe in yourself, do what you can in the best ways, discover your strengths and your weaknesses. And weaknesses is also, it's not always a bad thing, because you can strengthen the weakness, or sometimes your weakness becomes your greatest strength in
Wow.
life. And that is how you can,
Yeah.
through your experience, through
Yes.
the weakness or through the pain, you can help somebody else to
Yes.
overcome that in life.
Yes. 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 Janine, in my own experience, I would think my greatest weakness was, like, I wouldn't be able to talk to people. Okay. And especially being here, live here in India, right? And you sometimes, because when you have a dark skin, you get labeled as if, like, come on, you are nothing. Or so it had always played an emotion in me, like that I cannot speak to people and I don't have confidence and all of this. And through the years, like you said, my weakness turned to be my biggest strength. Now I'm no more shying away from presenting myself to people, right? So I really resonate with that thought, like our weaknesses can turn to strength. And it's also important that we discover our strength. So I think in today's conversation, the audience can really take away points about how to discover the potentials and strengths in your child, and also to strategies on how to turn the weaknesses into strength. So with that, let's get into our first question for today. Okay, so this is, audience, if you're hearing this is coming from 25 years of experience. So that is something. Okay, so the first question is, every parent wants their children to be successful. That's obvious. And develop the child holistically, right? So what are some strategies that they can go about getting this happening? What can they do to make the child develop holistically, right? So sometimes we have children who probably can be smart with ideas, but they may not be smart with people, right? Sometimes they could be smart with like they could be very good on playing piano or something, but they cannot face an audience. So the question is, how can we develop a child that will holistically grow?
Okay, first of all, you need to allow your child to discover who they are. They need to know what is their identity. So, who are they? What do they love in life? And you discover that as they grow up. And so, the best way is just to sit back and observe your child for a while. Observe what they love doing. Observe their facial expressions, and because you will see when there's a light bulb that's going on, and it's a ray of sunshine that you will find on their faces, and so look for those tiny little things and help them to be just what they want to be. If they like drawing, motivate them. Don't break down the picture, even if it looks crooked or you don't understand the emotions that's displayed in the picture. Encourage them. Wow, that is a nice drawing. Can you? And then you start asking questions because you want to find out more. You want to show your interest in what a child is busy doing, because then you draw out that potential from the child. So ask questions. Okay, tell me a little bit more. What did you draw today? Don't you must, as a parent, you mustn't try to figure out what they're doing. Ask questions, draw out what they experience, and it can be
Wow.
sometimes the total opposite of what you thought it's going to be. And that is also why you will learn what is in that child, what is hidden inside that child, and then you must just start asking questions, and it follows on the next question and the next and the next. And then the most important thing is help your child to feel safe and secure, because when they feel safe, they will their initiative will jump out. They will feel happy. They will feel content. And but the moment you attack them from the side with negative things, they withdraw, and then they will close that door, and it's going to take a long time for them to open up again. So you must create a safe environment for them where they can just be themselves and feel that there's no judgment involved in what they're doing. Because like I said earlier, you are the role model. They look up to you. So be positive. Find something good to show them, or just so they can feel the love from your side. Don't break down. Build up and build up. It's like bricks. When you build a strong foundation and you put a brick on it and it goes higher, it will stand. But the moment this foundation is flaky, when you try to build on sand, there's no depth in the foundation. It's going to fall down. So, and then the child is going to start to build walls between you and them, and they will withdraw from society. So the moment they're in that safe environment, the walls, you can break down those walls and you can enter into their dimension of what they experience and everything that they do.
Wow. Okay, so I mean, as I'm hearing it, I'm also having a follow-up question to this. Like
Yes.
example, yes, we want to create a safe environment for the child to grow, no judgments involved. Great. Um, Two questions that's come up. One is, a child's interest keeps changing, right? Like uh, at one age, probably a child would say, you know what, I want to be a pilot, I want to fly. And then probably they'll say, you know what, I want to be a doctor. Or uh, they may show a lot of interest in arts at certain age, and then at another age they may show a lot of interest at sports. So, and there is a question that keeps running in the parents' head, saying, okay, what is my child, what is it going to become? Because every parent is basically thinking about the future of the child, right? The child may be enjoying current activity right now, but then the parent is thinking about the future. So the question is, how do we handle the changing interests of the child, and also get a kind of a sense of saying, okay, this is the direction that the child is going. Yes, the child can be involved in 100 activities, But then, from the parents' point of view, they want to know what is that one thing that my child can further and become the best at it. So, how do they come to that?
Okay, the advice that I can give, what I've used in my own experience with children, I will ask them, okay, what is your dream? What do you want to become? What do you like doing? Then I will give you an answer. For instance, like you said, a pilot, or they want to become a teacher, or they want to become a DJ. And so let me use the example as a DJ.
Yeah.
So I've worked with a little girl a few years back, and I've asked her, what is your dream? What do you want to become? She told me now she wants to become a DJ. So then I asked her, okay, wow, that's interesting, because it's not normally a girl that wants to become a DJ. So
Yeah.
I've asked her, why do you want to become a DJ? Now she thinks it's cool, and she likes those two round tables that you go like the chick 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 or whatever. And I said, but that is that is not really what a DJ is all about. There's more than that. You need to know your music. You need to know your audience. And I ask her, do you even like people? If you don't like people and you're shy, how are you going to be a DJ? Because you have to talk to them, you have to get into the vibe of the music,
Correct.
and you need to read the audience to present the right type of vibe and the music. Otherwise, I'm never going to invite you again as a DJ. And sometimes you will be part of a radio station, because that's also a DJ. So you sit behind the scenes, you're on air, people can't see you, but they can hear you. But you still need to create that vibe. If the music is going to be boring and it doesn't flow, and it's going to look that you're not professional, you don't know what you're doing. So what I've asked her to do, I said, okay, fine, that's very interesting, but I'm going to challenge you now. Go and do a little bit of research. Go find out everything on the Google or internet, what you can get about what is a DJ all about. Because there's very technical things as well. If you have to work with the soundboard of that,
Correct.
there's thousands of buttons. You need to know when to mute and to unmute, or to put the music louder or softer, or it needs to fade in. So I challenged her. I said, okay, go out and go find out everything you can about being a DJ. And then when you have all those answers, come back to me, and then I will ask you more questions to find out if is that really what you thought it's going to be. And the surprise factor of that is she came back, she said, no, teacher, I don't want to be a DJ. It's hard work, and there's all these buttons and things. It's not just about working with that little sound where it goes, chick, 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 that little round tables that you
Yeah.
can move and it makes funny sounds. I said, no, that's just a tiny part of it to make the music sounds a little bit funny or offbeat or whatever. And then she discovered, no, that is not what she wants. She doesn't like it, and she just thought it's a playful thing. And that opened up her mind. So I did not break it down and say, no, it's a stupid idea, and you silly, you're a girl, and that's not for you. So I've used it in a positive way so she can do a self-discovery in that area. And then the amazing thing is, it helped her to start thinking wider, what she really loved. And I've always discovered in class, she was always drawing little pictures, designing little dresses, and for a model or whatsoever. And then I started asking her questions. Okay, do you like designing? Do you like creating fashionable things? And then even the clothes that she wears, she was so aware of fashion. So then I said, okay, go back and go do some drawings for me. I just want to see what you can come up with. And she was 10 at that stage. And it was amazing. You could really see fashion design is her passion, because the
Wow.
way she dressed, the way she do her hair, even at a young age, she knew exactly what goes together, the accessories and so forth. And that is a way how you can figure out what the child likes.
Yeah.
Don't break down the idea that they currently like. If they start with piano or playing the drums or whatever, guitar, allow them to try it out. If the passion is there, they will They will be consistent with the training and sit there and practice and do all the theory and reading the notes and whatsoever. But if they don't want to do it, or they start complaining, or they they don't show a real interest in music, and that is not their strength, that is not their passion, it's just a phase that's
Correct.
going along in their life. So,
Correct.
and the best way to go around it, ask them questions. What do you like?
Hmm.
What do you want to do? And then help them to research it on the internet. Go Google something about it. You as a parent can lead them and guide them. If they're small, obviously they cannot type themselves, but help them and sit
Correct.
with them, interact with them, and discover with them. And then take out the positives and the negatives. It's important for them to know the negative part as well, the consequences, and
Correct.
what the action is going to require for them to become that in their future.
Yeah. Very true. Wow. And as you were telling about this child, you asked her to draw something, right? And then it also led to showing that she could be a fashion designer. To me, I also think as children, the children's imagination really many times shows forth when they draw something, you know. So I always ask, if somebody is wanting to understand what is their purpose in life, what is their passion, how do you get to know it, I just tell them, okay, think about the word purpose or passion, whatever you're battling with, your talent, go go draw something. It doesn't have to be words. And when they bring out their whatever they draw, it's actually bringing out their imagination, you know. And uh, it would be really great for parents to participate in children's imagination, because that's like a deepest level of connection, right? Sometimes parents, they can communicate with words, but are you participating with your children in terms of their creativity and imagination and probably drawing or whatever art, you know? So that really was amazing. Thank you for that. And let's go to our second question. So this is, how can children discover? Uh, in fact, the second question actually flowed into what you said. The question was, how can children discover themselves and their potentials? Is there anything that you would like to add to that, or was that answered? How can
Okay,
children discover themselves and their potentials?
okay. Yes, there I can add on the point that you've just brought up. Pictures um, can say 1,000 words.
Yes.
So a picture is sometimes a true reflection of what they experience, because
Hmm.
their emotions are penned down on that paper. To give you, let me give you a definition for potential. What is potential? Potential is not who you are currently, but who you could become in your future you.
Wow.
A seed of a tree, it's got great potential. If you just put a seed in a jar, it's going to be dormant. It's going to remain a seed. But the potential of that seed, when you plant it and it germinates, that seed is going to become a tree. Okay, we're talking about, let's say, a tree seed, like an acorn. So that seed becomes a tree. The tree can become a forest.
Yes.
So it's not just an individual thing. A tree can become part of the forest, and that is the big picture. So that is the potential that lies within that seed. Now, as a human being, we are a seed. So we have to discover what is that seed within us and what is the potential that it
Wow.
can be.
Wow.
And so a potential is also, like, if we connect it with imagination. What is the core word of imagination? It's image. So our dreams are images, are pictures of our future, of our dream, of what we would like to be in life. So There's no limit of what you can create in your imagination. So it's
Wow.
important to allow a child to use their imagination,
Wow.
to think out of the box,
Yes.
because the sky is the limit. You mustn't put a limit on a child's imagination.
Yes.
And because imagination is part of discovering who they are.
Correct.
Because they observe, a child observes everything that's going around them. That's why they copycat normally a parent.
Mm.
Or they see an image on the television or on a movie, and then they want to be like that.
Yes.
So they will copycat it. They will run outside like little boys, and they will stretch out their arms, and they will make it like they're an aeroplane or something like that. And boys are especially good with sound effects. I think they're born with those extra sound effects to make like a car or motorbike or airplane. Girls are not like that. They they don't have the ability to come up with the right sound effects, but that is how they discover who they are. Because it's what they can see with their eyes, how they can feel it, like touch something, because that is how they discover how something works. They listen to it.
Wow.
So they're attentive to the different voices that they hear or the sounds that something make. Then sometimes they will taste it, even if it's a pen. It allow the child to taste, because that is part of their senses,
Yes.
and
Yes.
you need that. That is, you have to use the whole thing to
Correct.
discover who they are. So, is, are they a visual person? Do they like colorful things, visual? Because children also learn through different ways. Not
Yes.
every child learn on the same way. So some will they need pictures and examples, images, to get them to make a decision. Other children they like just to listen. So telling stories, they
Yeah.
want to listen to a story. And so they would like to know more about things like history. How does this work? Why does it
Mm.
work? And that's why children will always ask a question: why?
Mm.
Don't get impatient with the child. Remember, they're trying to discover what life is all about. They try to
Mm.
discover the reason behind things. And I always say a child is intelligent when they
Yes.
ask questions. Why does this happen? But why? And in some, they will ask another why question and another why question, because they want, and that helps you to know what their interests are. Because the moment you're going to get impatient of them, or you want to chase them away, so they say, I don't have time for this, just go away and go play and leave me alone. You're going to break down that ability that could have developed into something bigger. And then
Wow.
their dream can die at that moment. And
Mm.
that's why it's important. Just try to answer the question. But if you really don't know the question yourself, what I've always done in the past is then I will throw the question right back at him. Okay. No, but so I'm not going to tell you the answer. Why do you think
Mm.
so and so and so? Because then you allow the child also to think broader
Wow.
and come up with their own idea or their own answer.
Excellent.
And that helps also to know what the child really wants. And that helps with
Mm.
that self discovery, because you don't tell the child what you think.
Mm.
Discovery is all about asking questions, because you want to draw the information from within them,
True.
and then the
True.
nuggets you want to delve that gold, and then it comes out in a natural way.
Wow, that's amazing. Yes. So, two takeaways from the for the audience is that you said about the seed form, right? Like the example of a seed. Parents need to look out for activities that the child is involved in, things that maybe we may think of they doing big things, but then in the small things is what we see the seed form of their future. And the second is the asking the question, saying why. And when children ask why, they're curious, and when we shun that why, it's like destroying their creativity, it's destroying their potential. But when we answer the why, that can lead into asking the real whys in their lives, the real whys, which probably can lead to discovering their potential. Thank you. So that was the second question. Let's go to the third question, which is, uh, we live in a competitive world, and uh, it's almost like a rat race. So the question is, how do children get out of the rat race, and how do we help our children become their best? Right? So, like, they can see somebody good at this and somebody good at that, and it's very easy for children to be drawn to that. They're easily captivated. You can lead them astray. But how can children not be distracted? What are some strategies that children, or you can give the parents the strategies of how not letting their children be distracted, but rather be focused in their strength, and so they can become their best?
Oh, that's a great question. Um, Goal setting. You need to help a child to set goals, and then you work in that framework around the goals. So basically, what you can ask a question: what is your dream? What do you want to become, or what do you want to achieve in life? Whether it's schoolwork, then you focus on the schoolwork, because first of all, that is priority in their development stages in growing up, because they receive a wide spectrum of things they're going to need for their future. So you start asking, what is your dream? Write down the dream, write down the vision. And it must be simple, not complicated. And let's get back with creativity and drawing. Let them draw their dream. Make a picture. Even if you take magazines and they cut out picture snippets of what they want, like a dream board or whatever, that is a great way, because when you can see what you want, you can work towards it. And it's a constant reminder of what your dream is all about.
Wow.
Because if it's in your if you only keep it in your head, in your mind, it can fade away. But when
Wow.
it's on a piece of paper, you
Yes.
can see it, and then you can remind yourself daily, this is my dream, this is what I want in life, this is what I'm going to achieve. So the way you can set up goals, you can use the SMART way. SMART is an acronym. So the S is for simple. Keep your dream simple. Keep your strategy simple. Then the M is for measurement. It must be measurable. So give yourself small goals that you can measure. Like, I want to do this in a week, or in the next month I want to achieve this. So you can measure the growth on that, little steps. And if you don't get there, then you can build up from the previous goal. So don't get disappointed, because if it's not measurable, you're gonna forget about a dream, you're gonna quit, and then you want to give up on that. And then it must be attainable. That means you need to carry it throughout your life. It must become a daily habit. It must become a lifestyle. So work through the goals and check on it every day. Parents, and help your child. Show interest in that, and always motivate them. Say, listen, you can do this. Okay. If something happens, like an unforeseen circumstance, don't panic about it. Stay calm and just go back to the previous. Okay, fine. Let's just start from this point again. Okay, every day you need to wake up at a certain time. You have to eat breakfast, because that is that is energy for you. It's food for your brain, and it helps you to think. Because if you don't eat healthy, you cannot concentrate, you will not have enough energy, and then you just want to sleep all day. And that is not a good thing, because it's hard work to become who you want to be. Because if you don't take action, Nothing is going to happen at the end. You can't expect great results if you don't put in the effort to do that or become that.
Wow.
Then it must be relevant. Relevant in today. Don't be futuristic and think so big out of the box that it's not relevant. It must be relevant that a child can understand, okay, um, it's practical. I can use it in my everyday life. I need to wake up in the morning. I need to get dressed. I need to brush my hair. I need to brush my teeth. I have to look after myself. Then I have to look after my books and I have to put in the effort and the studies, and I need to do my homework. I need to do the exercises because that is helping you to grow and to develop. And this, the sooner you start, and and especially at a younger age, it becomes easier because then it becomes part of your life, it becomes part of your lifestyle, and then the end results is going to amaze you because that feeling of, yes, I have achieved it. The effort that I've put in, here are the results. It's proven.
Wow.
And that will build your confidence level as well. And then the T is, it must be time bound. You need to set that goal. When must you achieve this goal? Or by when must you continue to the next step and so forth? Because if there's not time involved, it's never going to become a reality. And then when you achieve that dream, then you start with the next. So goal setting for me is key to to get to your future success.
Okay. Great. Thank you for that. And with that, do you have any tips for parents to rear their kids to success? Like exclusively for parents, if there's something that you can tell the parents, what would you say?
Okay, I think the key for success is invest in your child. Invest in your child's future. Enroll them in little courses or extra activities in the areas that you think they're moving into, like their strengths. What do they like to do? And test it out, even if it's just for a season. So it's always good for them to experience that for themselves. Let them try it out. So, so before you say, no, you think it's a bad idea, you can't do this, let them try it out. So they can experience for themselves, okay, that's not really what they want. Because in that way, other avenues open up and then they will discover other things. Okay, I'm not good with this, so maybe
Wow.
I must
Yeah.
try the
Yeah.
next thing and then the next. And I know sometimes there's finances involved, but never look as money as the
Mm.
problem. Don't
It's
see
an
that as an
investment.
obstacle in your life. Yes, it's an
Yes.
investment, and it's never investment is never a wasted money. It's then you know at least they've tried. They've
Wow.
tried. They do that. They discovered no, that is not what I'm good at. I don't like that, and then you move on to the next thing. So encouragement, build up. Even if they fail at it, don't
Yeah.
focus on the failure.
Yeah.
Focus on something positive. Okay, it's
Yes.
okay, my child. You've tried and you did it in the best way possible for you. And
Wow.
I am happy with that because at least you've tried. You didn't just withdraw and shy away from it and sat in a corner and felt sorry for yourself. You've tried. And then you discovered for yourself, okay, it's not working. Then encourage them, okay, let's find out together what you like. So, a mother in the kitchen, draw them in while you're busy cooking.
Mm.
Let them have, go fetch the ingredients for me. Okay, we're going to mix this together, even if they make a mess. That is part of the learning experience. That's part of discovering, is this the area that they're going to grow in, or do they like it, or don't they like it? They will show you quickly, oh no, I don't like doing this, and my arm is sore and I can't mix this, and it's too hard work. So you have to coach them through that. So everything in life is not easy. There are things that you're not going to like. There are things that's going to be difficult, but through practice and doing it over and over again, you can become better at
Yeah.
what you're
Yeah.
doing. And that is how you grow and you build on that whole experience.
Super. Jeanine, sometimes I see this with children, okay? Um, that is, they try at something, and if it's hard, they think it's impossible. Like in their mind, hard equals impossible. So, how can we change that for children? Like in their mind, probably imagine, since I also teach the piano, so I teach somebody to sing and play the piano, that they're not able to get the coordination because it's hard. They want to quickly give up. So how do we grow in them a kind of a grit to say, okay, let me give myself the permission to fail many times. I mean, giving up is not the option, right? Probably realization could be like saying, okay, this is not my cup of tea. Like I'm differently talented. To realize that could be an answer, but giving up is not an answer. So how do we change that? Uh, Somebody who's talented in something, they're skillful at something, but because it's hard, they say to themselves, it's impossible. How do we change that?
Okay, first of all, I would say when a child does not take 100% responsibility of what they are doing,
Wow.
they never gonna believe that it is possible.
Wow. Very true.
Because there's normally three things that will come up. They will justify
Mm,
why they can't do it. They will come up with, but you don't understand. It's easy
mm,
for you, but it's difficult for me. But you don't. I don't stay in a big house, and that's why I can't play piano. They will come up with silly excuses why they can't, because they will justify it to try and run away from it.
yes.
It's just because they haven't taken responsibility about it. They're trying to play you, and they try to manipulate you sometimes through everything, and then or they will start. The second thing is they will start blaming
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, but um, I'm not good enough, and it's because of my mom, or because of my dad, or because
Yeah.
of my brother or sister, or the
Yeah.
cat or the dog. They will come up with any excuse to blame, because they won't accept responsibility for themselves, so they will
Mm,
always blame somebody, something else. Jana, I'm not good at music because my brother is making a big noise in the house the whole time, or my sister wants to play with me, or the dog barks every time I start to play piano or drums or guitar, whatever. And it's just because it's a they use it as a
uh,
as a mechanism to hide behind, so they can run away, and you think, oh no, I will feel sorry for the
yeah.
child, and it's okay, you don't have to do that.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And then the third thing is they will make excuses.
Mm,
No, I don't like this. um yeah, I'm tired. No, it's hard work. It's impossible,
mm,
and it's not for me. And how to overcome that? You have to, do you believe that you can do it? Because nothing in life is really impossible.
mm.
Because my favorite quote that I always refer to for myself is from Walt Disney. If you can dream it, you can
Wow.
have it.
Yeah.
So nothing is impossible. So whatever you can draw on a paper, your dream, if you believe it's possible, then it is possible. And with music, music is interesting. I've got a little bit of background about music. So I know you struggle, and your fingers doesn't want to work together on the piano. They stiff, and they the music is false and offbeat and whatever. But it takes practice, and that is why there's theory involved. You have to do your finger
Exercise.
exercises to loosen up those muscles and the joints. And it's not nice. I know it's hard work to do those finger warm up exercises, but it's part of what music is all about. It's
Yeah.
part of the
Yeah.
training process. It's part of making you
Wow.
stronger,
Yeah.
making the hand stronger, making the fingers stronger. And then the amazing thing is your brain works out the next steps.
Hmm.
So in your exercises with the fingers, your brain already works out
Wow.
what is the next step going to
Amazing.
be. And what I also do, just sometimes I say, okay, go play for 5 minutes. Just go do something else for 10 minutes, and then you come back. And
Hmm.
normally when they come back, they are amazed to see
Yeah.
all of a sudden, okay, now it works because your brain
Hmm.
continue working out the process, what is
Hmm.
going on in the future. And
Wow.
that is the amazing thing. So give them a little bit of a break. Okay, go play now for 10 minutes or half an hour. Then you come back and then just say, okay, let's just try again. I believe you can do it. You can do it. Then you ask question, do you believe you can do it? Yes. And then ask them to repeat after you. Say, okay, Johnny, say now, I can do it. And you say, okay, I can do it. And then all of a sudden you will see their face light up
Yeah.
and they will say, okay, let me try again. Even if it's a, oh, okay, let me
Yeah.
try again. It's okay. Just okay, you can do it. Great job. Give and cheer them on. Always cheer them and reward them at the end,
Wow.
even if it's just with a something small. You don't have to go buy a gift every time to as a as an achievement in their life. Just cheer them up. A hand clap is sometimes a great gift, or a hug, or just make a little certificate that you print on a computer, or even if you don't have that, draw it out of the hand because it's personal, and or bake a special cookie or biscuit for them, or just do something fun. Take them out for and walk around the neighborhood in the community, because sometimes just being with that child is a great gift. So they feel they're not alone and they don't struggle all by themselves. So
Hmm.
encourage them, be there with them, and ask them, do you believe in yourself? Yes,
Hmm.
I believe in you. I believe you can do it, but now you have to believe that you can do it also. But now, in order to become successful, you need to take responsibility for your own life. The mom
Wow.
or the dad cannot take the responsibility for the child in the action. The
Very true.
child has to understand, I have to take 100% responsibility for my
Responsibility.
own life, and then I will be able to do whatever I set my mind to do.
Wow. Very true. Taking responsibility is the key, actually. Uh, uh, with that, I also think of like whenever uh, we talk about the idea of passion, right? We normally think passion is something that is beautiful. Wow, I love it. And it's all the very positive side to it. But then the word passion, if you would see the root, the etymology of the word, you would see that the word is like, what can you, what is a pain that you can accept because you love it so much. You love something so much that on the way to it, you're okay about accepting the pains that come on the way. You know? So taking the responsibility is the key, but then also to know the what is your heart's passion. Are you really wanting? Do you really believe that you can do it? Wow, that was really, really amazing. So let's come to the last question. What is one message that you would like to tell the children and young adults? Like, if there's one statement that they have to constantly keep in mind to remind themselves to, like, probably they're unique or something like that, is there a statement that they need to know, children?
Okay, I will use another quote
Okay.
as well it's John Scully. He was the former CEO of Pepsi and Apple Computer.
Okay.
And his thing is, the future belongs to those who see possibilities before they become obvious.
Wow. The future belongs to those who see future possibilities before it becomes obvious.
That's right.
Wow. That's brilliant. So I hope the audience, if you have children, so this could be a statement you can probably take a print, put it up in your child's room. So let them see that they are becoming something. There is a great power in the becoming, and as parents, you guys have a responsibility that you are journeying with them in what they can become. Right. So now we come to the next round. So we've asked these 5 questions, and we come to the final one where it's a rapid fire round where I'm going to ask some random words, and we're going to see what Jeanine has. What's the first thought that comes to Janine's mind? Okay, so um, personal development.
Know who you are. What makes you happy? What drives you? What can you do every day, even if it's not for money? How
Mm,
can I help other people? How can I solve something else for somebody else to make their life easier? It's never about me, but what can I do for others?
wow. Emotions.
How do I feel about what I'm doing? Do I
Okay.
like it? Does it make me feel happy? Does it make me feel sad? What can I do every day that will just give me more and more energy? I cannot get enough of that. And that your emotion comes up. There's a fountain of joy that bubbles up inside of you, and you can see it in your whole being from head to toe.
Wow. Future.
Dream big. Never limit your dream. If you can afford your dream is too small. So
Wow.
dream big. I've got big dreams and plans for my future.
Amazing. Purpose.
What can I do to help other people to
Okay.
discover who they are?
Okay. Passion.
Do what you love. Go out 100% in what you do and live it out, sleep it, eat it, dream it.
Wow, wow, amazing. Okay, so that was Jeanine. So, Jeanine, thank you so much. Really, I mean, all of the questions that you answered, I'm sure the audience, parents who are hearing this would be really delighted. All the answers that you gave are really precious. I mean, growing up, now I have 2 daughters. I have Abigail and Amy. Parenting is hitting me now. Okay, so I'm also discovering how I should be really helping out my own children. So this, for me as a parent, this was amazing. I really loved it. Um, so, Janine, before we finish, would you have any last statements or anything that you would like to say to the audience? And we will finish after that.
Yes, sure. Um, I want to give you three little nuggets that you can remember. When you have a dream and you don't have planning, it's only a
Hmm.
fantasy. So dream
Wow.
minus a plan equals fantasy.
Wow.
It's just a fantasy. It's not a reality then.
Hmm.
But when you have a dream plus a plan, but there's no action. So a dream plus a plan minus action equals a daydream.
A daydream. Wow.
A daydream. It's still not a reality.
Wow.
Then the golden nugget, a dream plus a plan plus action, that equals intentional success.
Wow. I mean, how else would anyone want success? It better be intentional.
That's true. And action. Action is the key word. Take massive action and you will
Wow.
get the results.
Excellent. Excellent. So, Janine, thank you so much for your time and all the great wisdom of the last 25 years. In fact, guys, she is uh, done her studies also under John Maxwell and all of that, right? So I just went through to see where you finished the university. I saw the degree thing and all that. So I saw John Maxwell, I saw Miles Monroe, all of these top names there. So that's like great wisdom from you, Janine. So we will have you also in the future in terms of some kind of a more detailed workshop in terms of goal setting, like purpose, how do you discover passion, all of that. So we will want to have you more. I'm sure you're interested. All right.
Definitely.
So thank you so much, Janine. Okay, so the audience, thank you so much for joining into today's live stream, and we really hope that you this was helpful and interesting, and I'm sure you were able to take away uh, valuable nuggets that you can use it in your own parenting. All right, so with that, I want to sign off. This is Creative Leadership for Children and Young Adults. Take care. Have a great day and God bless. Bye bye.